Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today I'm gonna showcase a Kayn Vayne deck. Now, you might have seen this deck kind of popping up on ladder recently, together with the Kai'Sa deck that we showcased a couple days ago, and it's because I think it's one of those decks that's coming out of like a lot of people preparing for Worlds, and that's why you kind of see it there. I kind of saw this being in a lot of lineups in the APAC and European tournament. As of when I'm recording this, those deck lists have been locked. I don't know what the Americas players are playing yet, but I think you're gonna see this in a lot of those lineups because this deck is actually shown to be pretty powerful in terms of Bane deck and kind of does better against the other Bane decks than what Queen Bane does, for example. So what does this deck do? Well, it's playing Kayn and Bane, and it's really like any other Bane deck where you're kind of just putting a lot of pressure through the Bane tumbles to kind of just get a lot of value. Except that this time around, instead of playing like PNC for the quick attack, you're kind of playing more of the cultist cards to be able to just push a lot of damage. Between the Buru cultist is able to do 1 damage every time you attack with an ally that's equipped. That damage can actually add up pretty quickly. It could be the difference between you winning a game or losing. You can play Forsaken by Kai, which can let you predict into your Bane because of how important she is. Triple momentous choice to actually protect your Bane or any other your cards. Triple Dark Ages for some of the equipment that obviously we want to use. Triple Blooming Cultist for that elusive damage, as well as synergy with the Buru Cultist if we have an equipment on the Cultist. And this card can push a lot of damage if it's left unchecked. Which a lot of decks are not able to really deal with a Cultist buffed up like a Dark Ages, for example. Triple Cataclysm synergizes with the Kayn to actually be able to level him up. Triple Bane obviously just gets us a lot of our tumbles. Triple Ambitious Cultist, this is just there to really get us to draw our Kayn, and that created card can actually be pretty good. And as a 3/5 stat line, it's also really nice. Combat Cook similar has a really great stat line for this deck and can push a lot of damage, and it's another equipment card that can trigger our stuff like the Blooming Cultist and the Buru Cultist to actually push a lot of damage, as well as the Ambitious Cultist. Triple Furious Wielder and 1 Consider Strike just for the strikes that we need. Obviously synergize a lot with the Kayn. 2 Repose so that we're a little bit better into those Demacia matchups. 2 Unending Wave to kind of redraw our hand. 2 Unforgiving Cold so that we're able to actually beat those Demacia decks. And then Triple Kayn to kind of be able to finish up some game with the Overwhelm. The deck is really just as straight as it gets in terms of my mid-range decks, but I find that it actually does pretty well. So you know, I'm actually debating between this and like a Philios Seraphine for my last slot on my world lineup. So just kind of still waiting for now. I'm gonna be practicing this a little bit more here in the next few hours to see which one I like better. But the deck again feels really good. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this show up a lot and perform good in the seasonal. But anyways, enough about that. It's a mid-range deck, so you know it does pretty well into the control. Struggles a little bit against some aggro decks, but if you can actually put Kayn on the field, you end up doing really well because Kayn obviously lets you heal. But aside from that, you just gotta play it out and just hope that you get your cards in the right order to do mid-range things, right? You want to have that Bane in your hand as soon as you can. So hope you enjoy the games coming up soon, and if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post a lot of videos every single day. See you at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. In this match, we're against Heimerdinger Jayce. So this should be a good matchup for us. We even have the Bane now. Furious Wielder is interesting because I kind of want to be able to kill the Jayce or the Heimer when they come down. And the Furious Wielder will allow me to do that. So maybe I'm going to keep this whole hand. This gives me the equipment. We have the Bane. Okay, we have a second equipment now. Okay, that's even better. We could go the Blooming Cultist and just push a lot of elusive damage. Or we could go second Darking Ages. I don't think I need the second Darking Ages. But when is the Cultist actually coming into play? I don't think she's coming into play in a while. So I think I'm actually going to keep the Darking Ages. And that way this also becomes a 3-2 and we're pushing a lot of damage early on and just putting pressure. Opponent also tapped out of 6 mana, so now they don't have a way to kill the Bane on turn 3. Unless they have a thermal. Right? So they need to have a thermal here, which means that they then take another 3 damage. Because they tapped out of Vengeance by playing the French fight. Alright. Let's go here. Let's go here so that we can attack. They get the Quietus. Alright, alright, alright. That will put us in range of Mystic or Aftershock or Shock Blast. Either one of which are pretty problematic for us. Opponent has 5 mana next turn. I think we just go like this. And start leveling up the Vayne. I don't think we need to put any damage on the Vayne, and I think opponent kept this back for that reason. Quietus is a little bit problematic, but not the end of the world. We can go Blooming Cultist or we can go Combat Cook. This gives us with 2 mana here next turn, which is not enough to do both Tumble and Furious Welder. So I think it's... But I guess we don't have an equipment anyway, so we do need an equipment no matter what. So I think it's going to be Combat Cook. It's going to be Combat Cook. I love the quick attack. Lets me attack freely with Vayne. And also lets me freely attack with this, of course. I guess what we're going to do is that we're just going to attack. And keep the Furious Welder mana available for us.
Watch your toes.
In case of the opponent plays Heimerdinger Jayce. Glimpse. Don't think it's worth it just yet. Now the opponent does have enough mana to kill the Vayne, which I'm guessing is what they want to go for. It makes the most sense, right? What if we just play the Cultist? And then we just play the Tumble. I forgot that the Cultist actually had a tune, so we did have enough mana to... I guess this loses to a Mystic. I want them to kill this. Okay, they're gonna commit the Quietus here. Let's just push the extra damage. I think we want to put pressure on them, so this allows me to do that. Okay, they do have the Mystic. So it had to be the Vayne then, right? But I'm okay eating that up. I mean, we eat up the Mystic, and then the opponent still has to figure out what to do with our Vayne, which is getting closer and closer to leveling up. The double Quietus was a little bit annoying, because now we're kind of short on equipment. So he actually ended up working out. The only downside here is that now we don't have enough for... Let's go here. So what if we go here, then go Cataclysm on the Heimer. Opponent only has 4 mana. They shouldn't have a way to kill us here. I definitely need to kill this Heimer, I can tell you that much. Ah, okay, so they get to stop it again. Everything gets stuffed. They still lose their Heimer. We have access to Furious Welder. Vayne is gonna level up. The problem is that when we attack with the Vayne, she's gonna get hit by... I mean, Vayne is not level up just yet either. She's gonna get hit by the Apex turrets and stuff like that. Okay, we have a second Vayne, so I think we slam this. Like this. We have enough to do Unforgiving Call, which opponent wants to put damage on this Vayne. Wow, that's double Flash of Billions. This keeps my 2 units alive and also keeps my Vayne healthy, so that the Vayne doesn't die to... The only thing that the Vayne dying to is going to be a Vengeance. So the only thing that this Vayne is dying to is a Vengeance. Ah, there we go. They could still have it, I guess. The problem is that we're also very short. We're very short on resources, right? So even though these Vayne levels up, we don't really have a great like board to take advantage of the Vayne level up, especially because we ended up joining the second Vayne anyways. So we're still in the same spot we were before with 5 health. We do have the Furious Welder, but again, the moment that the opponent gets a Vengeance, it's gonna be problematic. Or even the even like a Runation, right, is a problem for us. So yeah, let's just do it. Let's do it now, because the opponent could potentially just have a slow speed spell, right? So I wanted forcing to have a fast speed spell. They kind of showed us that they haven't had Vengeance for the whole game, so I think we have to just slam it right there. Now, the fact that we do have access to Repose now does mean that we beat, right? Like, even if this goes to 4 health, we still get to beat the heal. Which is what the opponent is trying to set up right here, right? So they're gonna set up the sets cost heal. And then we can punish it with repose. No? Okay. Maybe not then. Huh. Oh, that's huge. I think we go here first. I think we go here first. The problem is Ruination.
Purge with silver.
Ruination is actually such a big deal. Jayce?
Can't fix.
Let's tumble. That way we have access to the Bane Condemn or the Furious Wielder, whichever one.
Bureaucrats.
Bunny's gonna actually go here. Do we just commit the second Bane? Or do we actually commit the Repose now? I think we just commit the second Bane eventually. Because I think I want to play both the Cultist and the Kayn at this point. I don't want to play Dangers yet. So I think we go slow. We take a slow. We go here. We can play the Kayn. The opponent knows we have a second one now. And then we get a 0 cost tumble anyways. Even if we don't have the Bane in our field. We have triple Bane here. Alright. So opponent goes for the Jayce, which is a little bit problematic because it could be a lot of issues, right? We can play Repose into Furious Wielder. That kind of kills it. We could also just chill. The problem is that the opponent probably has access to Aftershock. This is only enough to get me to 3, so not enough to actually kill this Jayce. Ha! This is awkward because I feel like I have to commit it. I have to commit it and just so that the opponent doesn't actually have access to the Vengeance. I wish I had, if I had 12 mana, this would feel a lot better. Right? If I had 12 mana, this would feel a lot better. I guess, let's wait. If the opponent goes for an Aftershock, we're still okay. I think if the opponent goes for an Aftershock, we're still okay.
Serve me right.
Problem is this Adaption having tough. This Adaption having tough is actually so annoying. Now we have enough mana to do the Kayn Shadow Step, Furious Wielder, and Repose if we need to. We could have also gone from the Yoral, but the Yoral is going to be one short. Opponent's like waiting, right? Opponent's like waiting to see what we do first. I think I actually prefer to take out the French Rite, so I'm going to go like this first. Level up the Kayn. I want to force the opponent to kill this Kayn before we can commit on the Bane. Now we're in the spot where like the game has slowed down too much for my taste. And might put us in a little bit of an awkward spot. Now we did kill 2 Heimers already, and this is the second Jayce as well. So eventually they're gonna run out of champions. Huh. Wow. So they're gonna let me get the level up. They're gonna actually let me get the level up. Interesting. Wait, no, no, no. Really? That, really? Oh, no way, right? No way that's correct.
Those who kill innocents are no.
No way that's correct. We Shadow Step here, healing the Jayce. I guess if the opponent has a Ruination, I become sad, but I have, because I just used up my second Vayne, second Kayn. So if the opponent has a Ruination, I become really sad. Otherwise, I'm just pushing a lot of stuff. But the Corrupted Scythe is also getting bigger and bigger. So we could play it on Yoral and go that way, although we're not going to have the Overwhelm. So if the opponent has Ruination, I think we're still okay. Because we can just play Yoral and have the Corrupted Scythe to just push a lot of damage, right? Yeah, because between Yoral and the tumble that we get here, even if the opponent has Ruination, it shouldn't work. I'm gonna commit it, because this is forcing the opponent to have to do something, right? This is forcing the opponent to have to do something. And that's game. It should be game now. We can just sharp sight, right? To force the lethal, because the opponent did the draw, we can actually sharp sight before the shadow step happens, which is doing exactly 9. And when the opponent commits a blocker, we play Concerted Strike or Repose and win the game from there. So ended up slowing down more than I wanted to, but we ended up just getting so much value that we were able to just kind of come through, right? Because the opponent never found that vengeance. If they had found that vengeance, the game would have been a lot different, because the Vayne would have never leveled up. So GG's. In this match, we're going against Veigar Norra. So it's a control deck, and I feel like we should do very well against this type of control decks. I actually usually like keeping the cultist, but I don't think in this matchup we actually need to keep her. I think I'm looking for things that help me remove their champions. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Vayne, which would have made this matchup a lot easier. So no Vayne is pretty bad. We do have the combat cook, so at least we have one weapon or one equipment that's gonna kind of get the rest of my cards online, like the Unforgiving Call and the Unending Wave. Oh, okay, this hand is not great. I mean, the Unending Wave is going to be good if this game drags out, but it's not a card I want to use early, and it means that I'm not going to be able to put pressure on the opponent until a long time from now. Ooh. Do they commit the Nora here? Okay, they don't. Do I even want to play the Cultist? Do I even want to play the Cultist? Because I'm thinking, I don't know if it's necessary, you know? Like, I don't know if it's necessary for me to play her. And have her lose... I guess if the opponent uses... you know what? I'll play her now, just in case that we get a 3-drop next turn. Because if the opponent plays the Quietus here, instead of on one of my equipment, that's good for me. And we ended up getting the 3-drop here. Next turn, both these cards get triggered by the Combat Cook. And now we're back to full 3 mana, as if we never played the Cultist. That's probably the best draw we could have gotten, and a good reason why we should have played the Cultist what we did. Okay, I mean, 2 mana for... Actually, 2 mana for 2, because remember, we got the Attune on this. So we're literally just trading mana there when the opponent could have saved that to save one of their units, right? That would have been a good way to save their Veigar. We have enough here for Combat Cook plus Cataclysm, so if the opponent plays Veigar, the Veigar's gonna die. I guess if the opponent has Veigar plus Quietus, that's when it gets a little bit scary. But it's fine, because now even if they do Quietus, the rest of my cards are already enabled. I guess the Cultist, the Buru Cultist doesn't actually get to do anything. The Scout is pretty good, right? Because we can transfer the Scout over to the Cultist. I'm pretty sure that the opponent's going to have Quietus here, though. So this Scout is going to go bye-bye. But I think that should still be okay. Yeah, the Scout is actually such a high roll, because he also works with the Cultist to push an extra damage. And it's going to eventually pass over to the Blooming Cultist to push even more damage. Question is here, do we block this? Sure. I think the opponent has Battle Feast, so I wanna bait out the Battle Feast so that we can just play Momentous Choice. And even if the opponent does kill this, it just means that I get to transfer this over to the Cultist, which is a better target for this. So I actually not gonna spend the Momentous Choice. I'm actually not gonna spend the Momentous Choice because I want the Blooming Cultist to get the Scout weapon. It's a little bit not mana efficient because we're gonna lose the Attune. But I think that's fine. Ooh. And we also get Kayn because the opponent let us replay the Blooming Cultist twice. So now we have a Kayn that's going to be enabled next turn, thanks to the opponent allowing us to replay this card one more time by recalling it earlier, because we had no other units to actually get the 3rd unit for Kayn. We played the Scout on it, and now every turn we're going to have an elusive Scout that's going to push all this damage. Alright, bouncing bomb from... They had like, what, 3 cards from Concologist? That's the second one. And that's the 3 mana card that they had to use there. Now the downside here, we have no way to kill the Veigar anyways, right? Even if we don't do this. Because if we don't do this, this is only 3 powers, so it's not enough to kill Veigar with 4. So we have to just go ahead and slam this. The downside of having to do the momentous shoes is that we tapped out of the Cataclysm. Which, not ideal, but whatever. And we are good enough that we can always refill in our hand. And we're never going to be in any threat. I guess we're going to be in threat of burn, but not really of them having a heavy board to attack us with, because we have double Unforgiving Cold. The Norra is kind of cute. Are you going to sacrifice her? I guess it makes sense to sacrifice her, right? We still get to push 1 damage here. So slowly but surely, this Buru Cultist is going to add up, because now it's going to start pushing even more, right? One attack at a time, we're going to burn them. Whoa, they took the sits. Alright. They must have a way to kill this cultist if they're willing to take it that way. That's a pretty good card. We can play the Kayn because we still have access to Cataclysm. Might not be a bad idea, to be honest. It sucks that we lost Momentous Choice, because now the opponent can actually just quiet us this Kayn.
Anything
right?
can be scattered to its elements, even
Wait.
us.
They will fear
What?
my name
and grovel before mine.
Do I care? Do I care? Because obviously we can now block with Kayn.
How foolish!
Because the Kayn goes down to 1. We want to be able to kill this Norra. I mean, it sucks losing this damage. We could also just go here. This is going to give me access to the Scout. Allow me to actually kill the Norra and get my attack token. It's better than trying to do the Kayn on the Norra. I almost messed up, by the way, because if I guess opponent could have Glimpse. But if they have the Glimpse, you know, we're still chilling. Yeah, this way we push 1. We still get the Kayn into the Conchologist. Push damage that way, and we still push another 6 here. Now, the Darkness is going to be able to kill this now. Which is sucks, but not the end of the world. We still get to push 6 before he actually dies. Yeah, we still get to push 6 before this actually dies. And now the Kayn is not vulnerable to a Quietus. We could... Let's go like this first. Let's take advantage of the Scout attack. Opponent goes down to 4. The Sentinel is cute because the opponent's going to have to spend this. They have 9 mana, so this is going to be 3. They're going to down to 6. They still have access to a Vengeance. The funny thing is that we can actually just move the Kayn all the way to the right to actually kill this. Or we can just play Furious Welder when the opponent commits the Darkness. Ah, okay, so they're going for the Stress Defense, which means that now they don't even get to kill this Cultist. They just healed it for us. They just healed it for us, huh? They cannot summon anything here. And we just push the 3 here. Ah, the 2, sorry. No need to attack with Kayn. I don't want to give him the heal. And we have the Furious Welder to actually be able to... Actually, I guess we can always go for giving Call as well. Right? Just to kill her. We can do the same thing again where we do the Cataclysm. If the opponent commits any unit, the Cataclysm should get us there. Well, the Cataclysm is a little bit awkward because...
The elements bind the living and the dead.
I think this should be game then, right? We go here. You freeze them both. I get to push 1 damage and get the Scout attack. And we still have 4 for the Furious Welder if the opponent has anything. So this should be game here now. Unless the opponent has a 5 mana way to kill this. Oh, they're gonna kill this. Wait, but this just dies then. Oh, but we can't kill it because if we kill it, we lose our... Oh, I guess the opponent's... We're gonna lose it anyways then, right? We're gonna lose it anyways. So I guess what we can do... Sure, let's go here. I'd rather do this than try to keep this alive. I'd rather just kill both Sentinels. Because now we're pushing 5 on the open, and the opponent goes down to 1. They do get the Stally back, but if they just play the Stally, then they're losing the game, right? Construct? That's fine. They need a way to deal with this elusive. We might even be able to threaten lethal here with the momentous choice. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. I think I have to wait to see what they do first, because they could easily have a Vengeance or a Minimorph, right? So I think we chill first. Because Ruination, as scary as it is, doesn't really do anything for them. They cannot play the Static because that taps them out to 3 mana and they have no way to kill this blooming cultist. This is still losing to everything, right? This is still losing to almost everything. Battle Piece is not enough. Yeah, Battle Piece is not enough. I like playing it slow. Could I have threatened the lethal with the scout? Yes. But if the opponent goes down to 1 HP, I don't think they're ever winning anyways. Because the only out here to stop our attack would be like Ruination. And that taps them completely out of mana. And then we can just go for Unending Wave and potentially just draw literally any unit to push that last one down. Vengeance would have been the only answer that they had that was really a threat. And that's why I didn't want to commit the momentous choice just yet, because I feel like I will use it for something else instead. So GG's. In this matchup, we're against Draven Jinx, so a little bit of background. Now, Kayn ends up being really good, right? Because Kayn lets us heal ourselves. However, we do need some early blockers, right? So Bane is a really good early blocker, so I'm going to keep the Bane. I'm going to kick the Dark Ages because there's a good chance we draw a second one, which we ended up doing. We do have the Kayn. But our hand is a little bit too heavy, right? A little bit too heavy. We do have a couple 1-drops and a couple 2-drops that we could have gotten instead to be able to block early, but it happens. We're going to have to hope that the opponent doesn't have a good start. So far, so good. Come on. Oh, no. Okay, so we take 5. Okay, we take 7, 8. Okay, we take 8. We take 8 just like that because we didn't draw a 1-drop to block the 3 health, the 3 attack unit. Oh no! All right. All right. How is this gonna work for me? How is this gonna work for me? I'm willing to attack with the Bane right now. And then commit the tumble to put the Darkening Ages on her next turn. Yeah, opponent doesn't even need to do anything because that's 2, 4, 6, so we get down to 6. Kayn is nowhere near leveling up, and Cultist is not what we. I guess Cultist is okay. We can block the elusive, but we can just block the Battlecaster instead, which I think is probably better. Opponent is also forcing us to do the momentous choice here to be able to actually save this Bane. It's definitely better than taking that additional damage there. Cool. Let's play the Cultist. I'm actually not gonna play this Tumble. Oh, we should have played the Darkening Ages, by the way, before we play the Cultist. I guess it's fine. He ends up being the same. We end up using the same amount of mana. Yeah, we end up using the same amount of mana. We end up using the same amount of mana. The reason that I didn't want to play the Tumble is because I actually want to level up Kayn like as soon as possible, right? So by having the Tumble be discounted in my hand, we're actually able to potentially level up this Kayn and be able to actually start healing. We do have elusive blockers. We potentially have a blocker for the Draven. We're gonna kill the Battlecaster here. Okay, we 100% have to kill this Battlecaster. Now, what we can do here is that we can actually Tumble, right? Leveling up our Kayn and allowing us access to the Furious Wielder to actually be able to heal up next turn. Or the Shadow Step as well, to be able to heal up next turn if the opponent doesn't open. It's very likely that the opponent's gonna open here. But I definitely need this Furious Wielder with the Kayn leveled up. Because what's going to happen is that we can heal twice. We can heal by blocking with the Kayn, and we can also heal by the unit that we strike with the Furious Whip. So this should maximize the amount of healing that we get. We are going to have to potentially... I guess we don't have to lose the Bane, because we can just always block.
Yes.
We want a 1-drop though. I definitely, it would make me feel a lot safer if we had at least a 1-drop. Because this is still looking very bad. We block an elusive, we block the caster. But it's gonna pull the Raz all the way to the end, which is gonna allow them to actually put the heal at the bottom. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good for them. Yeah. All the way at the I said the bottom, I meant all the way at the end. If we go like this, we're actually surviving, but we lose the Bane. If we go like this, we keep the Bane, but we lose 1 extra health. I think this is fine, right? There's no way that I lose. I guess we lose to let's say that they have another Vision. The Vision takes us to 3 and takes us to 4. That's gonna be 7. We're gonna be at 8, so we're still okay. We go down to 1. We just take an extra 2 damage. I think this is fine, right? Yeah. This should work. We don't lose to double get excited because the opponent doesn't have enough cards to do double get excited. I guess we lose to 1 get excited into Vision by getting greedy with the Bane. Okay, the Vision doesn't do it. And we still lose the Bane anyways, right? So we still lose the Bane anyways because of the Vision. We do get to heal up a lot now, which is really good for us. We're losing to a Get Excited now, which we wouldn't have lost to before if we actually blocked correctly with the Bane. Just gonna pretend that it's not real. Gonna pretend that the Get Excited is not real. Alright, I think we have stabilized. We have so many ways to keep healing with Kayn that I don't think opponents ever beating us. So we're just gonna keep healing up, to be honest. Yeah, we're just gonna keep healing up. If the opponent has Jinx, we can actually kill it with Cataclysm. So what we have to do is not tap out of the Cataclysm mana. So this way we get rid of their units and we can always block the Fallen Rider. We could also just win with Cataclysm actually, because that would be exactly 7. Yes, so that was close. That was close. And it was very crucial that we had that Kayn level up, otherwise we would not have been able to win that. That's why the Tumble was better off left up for the Kayn, rather than trying to push more damage with the main. We did a slight misplay there at the end. I think we always should have blocked the Spider and played around the Vision, so that we wouldn't be at 3 HP. That would have guaranteed that we always win, because the opponent would have been at 4 HP and we never would have lost to Get Excited. But it's fine to get greedy every now and then, so GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Gwen, Katarina, Elise. So Gwen, Katarina, Elise. Ooh, this is not a bad hand. I don't dislike this hand. Cataclysm is interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah, this hand is looking even better and better. We can do Cultist, Blooming Cultist, and their Darkness. We can literally just play all our hand out and try to beat them with the Elusives, maybe? I don't know if that's going to be enough before they can beat us. Which is the problem, right? If they get Katarina, I think we're going to be in trouble. I think we're going to be in trouble if they get Katarina. Am I willing to attack here? I think I'm willing to attack here. I'm willing to eat up the Fearsome. I think I'm willing to eat up the Fearsome, because the Cultist, yeah, is pushing 1 damage, but that 1 damage is not like a lot of damage, right? So I think I'm okay with that. Even if we lose the second one here too. I think I need to slow them down. Because eventually we win the game of attrition, because we're gonna have Kayn. We're gonna have the Kayn while the opponent's not gonna have it. Because here we get the Kayn. We can play the Darkening Aegis on the Cultist, allowing us to push 4 elusive damage and have access to Furious Wilder to kill a Gwen or a Katarina next time. So this should set us into place. We're gonna take 3 from the bad But I think that's fine. So the opponent cannot play Katarina or Gwen here.
Reporting in.
Still need to wait for that Katarina. Oh no, that's it? That's it? I like the combat cook. I like the combat cook, and now we can even transfer the scout to it if we need to.
Plenty to go round.
So we can literally transfer the scout to the cultists. Do I want to though? I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to. Okay, no, we definitely do, right? This is just pushing so much damage. This is 5. We have a blocker with the Bakai, and we can still kill whatever unit they summon next on with the Furious Wilder. And we also have Momentous Choice now. We are losing to a Battlefield into Flock.
Noxus will pay for what they did to us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you get that damage off. Unforgiving Cold just wins us this match. Yeah, Unforgiving Cold just automatically wins us this match now. They want to push the 7 damage, right? So they want to push the 7 damage. I guess I could have pushed more damage if I didn't do it this way. They are gonna get a lot of hollows next turn, but we just win with the elusive. As long as we survive, I think it's fine. Because as long as we survive, the blooming cultists just finish the game. And that's why we went for the Unforgiving Cold. That way we have no way of actually losing this game here. Maybe we don't even need to block. Let's see. 4, 6, 8, 9, 12. That's gonna be 12. We might not even need to block. I think opponent's digging. I think they know that they don't win the game with this attack. Not against a deck that plays Unforgiving Cold. After the opponent attacks, I'm free to play Kayn. I have that as a potential threat. Or as a blocker. The opponent just tapped out of the second Reckoner.
I know what lurks in the shadows.
So we just play Kayn, right? So do I care? Again, 5, 9, 11, 13, 14 with the spider. We just play Kayn and we're chilling.
Yes, yours.
Kayn allows me to block at least 1 unit, which is gonna be obviously the Reckoner. Because the opponent did, yeah. So we end up blocking even more damage. We take slightly less than I thought. Now I don't want to put this vulnerable to a Flock. That's why I'm just gonna block like this. It does mean that Kayn is vulnerable to a Flock, but I don't really care about Kayn dying to a Flock because that means that the opponent has no way to actually kill the cultist. The Scout was such a high roll. Because again, I don't think the opponent has a way to deal with the Scout. We even get another elusive in case that this one dies. And there we go. No answer, no Katarina. Means that we just win the game. GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Twisted Fate Annie Katarina. This is one of our bad matchups. Because we are, obviously, they have access to Flock, etc. to actually be able to counter our units. I think I'm going to hard mulligan for more early board presence. Ooh, we ended up still getting like a bunch of 4 drops and 5 drops, which is not good, right? We wanted to kind of look for more early cards. A little bit of fortune, we got 2 cultists and 1 combat cook. Back from our hand, even though we literally mulligan, right? Okay, so might be okay. Especially now that we have the Vayne, he might be okay, right? I think the Vayne might actually save this hand now. The Vayne is really important at getting your stuff enabled. We're gonna just drop her. We're gonna have to take that damage, right? Because we don't want to die to a Flock. So we're gonna take that damage. We want to force the opponent to have to actually commit something else if they want to kill the Vayne. The problem is that the Flock is gonna kill us regardless, right? Ooh, second Kayn too. Wow, the tough and the quick attack are both really good in my opinion. Huh, I'm gonna go for the tough. I'm gonna go for the tough. It protects us against like Make It Rain and similar things. Which is not bad, right? This is not bad. So opponent could make a rain and still do like make a rain plus flock on the Bane. But it's less, okay, they could also protect us against red cards, so that's not bad. Now, I'm pretty sure that the opponent's gonna have access to flock. I still want him to commit it here, right? I still want him to commit the flock here. I don't want to attack with the Bane and then die to like a make a rain. And there we go. The good thing about Kayn is that Kayn is healing himself by 2 every time that he attacks. So it might not be as bad as the other things. Yeah, I think we go for the Kayn. It stops the attack everywhere else. The only thing that can attack us here is gonna be the sap. Really? Really? Huh. No, I'm gonna go like this. Wow, wait, what? Why? I'm so confused. I don't feel like doing the tumble yet, even if it's gonna level up Arcane. Just because I feel like I want to have access to Momentous Choice. I don't want to tap out of the Momentous Choice right now. I think that's a little bit trolly. We can go second combat cook. Right? Or we can go the Cultist. We do have a lot of cards in our hand. What if we go the Cultist?
Fascinating, the overlap between
Monkey
magic
business?
and science.
Yeah, let's go the Cultist here.
Nice to meet you. I'm Isla.
It does mean that we're gonna lose the combat cook now. Let's go like this. Let's go like this. Okay, so we leveled up the Kayn.
The rage.
We can try to kill the Tybo eventually with the Concerted Strike or the Kayn Shadow Step, right? I need to have exactly enough cards in my hand that I could, like, you know, do this. We can go for the Raz.
Yes.
We can play the monkey business. No reason not to. Just take that extra damage. Oh, but it's gonna actually kill this. All right. I mean, sure. I guess. What if we tumble and put the Darking Ages on it? Opponent can have a second flock, but we can beat the flock with Momentous Choice. This still allows me to push damage because Kayn still has Overwhelm. Okay. Then we go here. Kind of sucks because now we have to wait for this Kayn to die before we can actually get another of the Kayn weapon. But I don't even know if we actually need the Kayn weapon anyways. It is gonna slows down a lot since we're not gonna have that extra attack. But it shouldn't be impossible for us to just push a lot of damage anyways. Cultist? I think I need to have enough mana for the Shadow Step, potentially. No, I think we go ahead and go for the... Let's go ahead for the second Cultist. Let's see what we get here. Now we also have another Kayn in our hand. Right? We can play the Battle Piece here for 0 mana, get rid of the opponent's board, and just push a big lethal attack next turn. So I want to make it so the opponent has no blockers. That's probably one of the best ones that we could have gotten. And we have the Kayn Shadow Step to remove anything that they can summon. So yeah, it ended up being aqua for the opponent because they got 3 Conservatories. So Conservatory is really good in that deck, but not when you get 3 of them, because then that means that you don't have the removal spells to actually deal with my units. And that's kind of what we saw there. They spend their flock on the Bane, and then they didn't have any way to actually deal with Kayn. So GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoyed today's game. So you can see what I'm talking about. This deck is as mid-range as you can possibly get, right? There's a couple of tech choices you can do every now and then, but I think for the most part, this is probably one of the most standard lists that you will see. So just kind of keep that in mind. In terms of mulligan, I'm really looking to keep the Forsaken Bakai and the Bane, right? If I don't have the Bane yet, then that's when I'm keeping the Forsaken Bakai. But even if I do have the Bane, I'm still keeping the Forsaken Bakai, so I can actually predict into the cards that I want and kind of fits the order of my spells. So I'm really hard mulliganing for Bane and Forsaken Bakai because those 2 cards are just so critical to kind of make this deck work and do exactly what we need to do. You do have a lot of like high expensive units and a lot of high expensive spells, so you never want to keep anything that costs 4 or more. And then obviously you're not keeping Cataclysm either. So you're really just looking for Forsaken Bakai, Bane, Dark Ages if you already have the Vayne. Otherwise, I want to kick that too and actually look for my Vayne instead. So just gonna keep that in mind. But anyways, enough about that. If you like today's videos and today's games, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post a lot of videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund, where we stream every now and then. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all again tomorrow.